A lifetime of savings wiped out by criminals posing as the government.
Action investigator Jason Stujenki says the thieves emptied the man's entire investment account, and that's not where his problems ended.
The man says he had already fallen victim to scammers and that this criminal was actually pretending to help him recover that money, but ended up stealing more than $280,000 instead. This senior citizen asked to hide his identity because he still hasn't told his family his story.
I had right around $280,000 there at Vanguard.
A lifetime of savings now all gone.
It was like my heart sinking. I feel like I was in a deep pit.
He says the scammer started by claiming he had virus protection software but hadn't paid for it. He says he ended up handing over $6,000. So he was thrilled when the phone rang again and the caller said they were with the federal government ready to help.
And he said, I can reverse that money that you put in there. I said, you can? He said, yeah.
He says that scammer actually recovered his $6,000 for him, but then used that goodwill gesture to drain the man's Vanguard account instead, the $280,000.
Something about an update was in progress. Don't turn off your computer. And I could see little arrows moving around.
Threat researcher Willis McDonald showed us last year how cyber criminals can take over a computer in seconds.
As you can see, it mirrors on my attacker laptop. Someone could do this in a matter of seconds and be gathering credentials, gathering personal information.
The cybersecurity firm Guardio found a 573% rise in tech support scams like these, comparing the recent 6 months to the previous period.
They really try and plant that sense of urgency into the situation because that keeps you on your toes.
As for this man, even worse, in the eyes of the federal government, the real federal government, it looks like he made some big withdrawals from his retirement.
It appears on paper, yeah, that I did, but I never received it. That's the bad part. And I don't know how I can prove that.
So now he's facing a massive tax bill.
I'm looking at possibly $60,000 on top of my $280,000 that's gone.
There used to be a provision for fraud and scam victims like this man, but a Republican tax overhaul changed that in 2017. Christina Weiss runs a low-income tax clinic.
You know, sometimes Congress has actions and they don't quite understand the repercussions. So now that they've seen them, hopefully this is something they will correct.
In the meantime, this man has other things he wishes could be undone.
I just, ask myself why a lot. Why didn't you do something different?
A few takeaways here. First, the main issue, these tech support scams. If someone calls you claiming to be with a company or the government, hang up. If you think it may be legitimate, look up the right number and call yourself. Now, second, that tax issue. Many of the provisions of the tax overhaul from 2017 expire this year, so Congress should have a chance to add protections for scam victims if they want. I'll keep an eye on that for you. In North Charlotte, Jason Stujenki, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
As for the victim you just heard from there, Vanguard just said they are continuously investing in state-of-the-art technologies, processes, and trainings to stay ahead of ever-evolving and increasingly sophisticated threats.